Are we tired of vaccines? Just a little bit, right? Yeah, me too. But we're almost done. We are almost at the end. We just have 2 more vaccine videos after this one to go. So this is Vaxxer number 5.
Tune in as Interpret Your World's co-founder, Juan Prieto, talks about the highlights of his workday as a professional medical video remote interpreter. If you are aspiring to learn something new and gain insight into what the world of medical interpretation is really like, then you've come to the right place. Follow along as Juan talks not only about his success, but the daily challenges he has to overcome to become a better interpreter each and every day. This is Unwind Sessions with Juan Prieto.
Hello, awesome Terp family. Today is Tuesday, October 19, 2021, and good morning, Alejandro. We have to make sure that every day we are growing. We have to move away from the edge of the pool just a little bit more each time. We need to feel that uncomfortable feeling to keep us moving forward, and remember that if we feel uncomfortable with the unknown, but if we stay in the uncomfortable long enough, then it will become comfortable. Hopefully that is what's gonna happen to me with this NFT stuff, which seems overwhelming but very fun, very fun. And I'm dropping all kinds of stuff. I cannot make eye contact, right? But yeah, that's it. I just forgot my mouse pad. So yeah, good morning, Alejandro. And I think the greeting from now on in the morning, I think it has been like that, but I'm gonna be giving myself a little motivational phrase, and of course you as well, but I say to me because it's gonna be reflective of what's going on in my life at that time. What is the motivational phrase that I need in my life at that moment, and hopefully it'll I'm sorry, it'll help you guys out too. So that way I can make it a little bit more personal and it's easier because it's been a little bit hard and struggling, but now I have that idea. So yeah, motivational phrase that goes according to what's going on in my life right now. All right, and remember that we are helping all of the dogos. So let's get the Facebook and Twitter page Happy Lab NFT to 1,000 likes so that we may donate 2,000 pesos to a dog shelter in Chihuahua. Please help me out with that. If you can share that, Happy Lab NFT Facebook and Twitter, if we could get that page known, is me and Caro who are doing that project. So if you want to support us, if you think we bring you value, and if you think we can bring value to something that is designed to help all of the dogos, the stray dogos in the world, helping refugees all over the world. Of course, we're going to start local first. Well, not that local, right? Statewide first, because the refuge is not where I am, but I know the people that it belongs to, so I want to help them. Hopefully we can help them together. And if you cannot wrap your head around NFTs, around blockchain, around crypto, it doesn't matter. We're not asking you to learn all of that stuff if it seems overwhelming. I just need a like. We just need a like and a share. It'll mean a lot to us and a lot to all of the dogs all over the world if you could just share our project, Happy Lab NFT, in Twitter and in Facebook. Give us a like and share, please. That way our project can become known and we can start helping all of the dogos, right? Another thing is that we are posting the vocabulary practice videos, the interpretation or translation for the Spanish or English word in TikTok, in Kawaii, Instagram Reels, which we automatically post to Facebook, and YouTube Shorts. So that is 5 platforms for you to practice your vocabulary with us. And hopefully this week we are gonna be starting the definitions. So one new definition each day on each platform. So stay tuned for that. Look forward to that. And MIP 21, we are still accepting likes and comments on MIP 21. When that video reaches 100 likes, we're gonna pick 2 comments from that video at random, and we're gonna send the people who those comments belong to special special exclusive links to MIP 22. And once they get those links, we're gonna give them a chance to go ahead and record their interpretation and send that over to us. That way we can provide them with some feedback. Remember that we also have a Patreon page for as little as $1 of your support. You help to support and motivate us to create much more content, and we give you access to everything on that page: medical, practice videos, ad-free, scripts, answer sheets, vocabulary lists, and much more content. But most importantly, you will forever win a place inside of our heart, and you will know that you are supporting a good cause, raising the bar on interpreting. One last thing: do you have 2 years of medical interpretation experience, live in the United States, Mexico, or Costa Rica, and are looking for employment either in BRI or OPI? Go ahead and send us your email. Send us your email. Yeah, send us an email with your email. So, interpretyourworld@gmail.com. Remember that this is a third-party company, not Interpret Your World, but it's a good company. The best company in Mexico is a company that I work for. So see you there, hopefully. And all right, so there are no highlights today. Well, there is a highlight, but very brief. Today I took a total of 21 sessions. One session was audio, and I remember that session because I called 3 people. 2 answered and 1 didn't. Maybe 15, 20 minutes on that session. It was nice, but it was too early in the morning. So, it was a nice break, but it wasn't what it could have been, maybe in the middle. Who cares? I'm not gonna bore you with that details of what time I would have liked that to taken that call, right? But the highlight is that I had a session that was just shy of 2 hours, a video session. But for the most part, I was just waiting for the doctor. The people were annoyed because they had to wait for the doctor for so long. Of course, it was nice. I was getting paid, right, just to poke my nose and eat my boogers. So, hey, who doesn't like getting paid for that? So there I was, just on hold for like 2 hours. I probably worked like 15 minutes, and then they were putting an injection. They were giving a lady an injection, so I didn't even have to talk that much. So it was a lovely, lovely 2-hour session, which I was on hold pretty much. So, yeah, you, when you become an interpreter for so long, easy long sessions are something that you learn to appreciate and look forward to. So let's get started today. Vaxxer number 5. Number 1 is polio, or number 16, I should say. So polio in English, the same. Polio in Spanish. So let me try that. Let me zoom it in. Poliomyelitis. How do you say it? I remember how to say that in myelitis. Okay. Poliomyelitis. Polio is a highly infectious viral disease that largely affects children under 5 years of age. The virus is transmitted by person to person, spread mainly through the fecal-oral route, or less frequently by a common vehicle, e.g. contaminated water or food, and multiplies in the intestine, from where it can invade the nervous system and cause paralysis. All right, this is a disease that I think it's no longer it no longer affects us because of all of the vaccination, but it's still given because if someone doesn't get that vaccine, they will get polio, and it's bad. I don't remember the year when there was the outbreak of polio, but I kind of know the story and stuff. And then there were some machines called the iron lungs, which they put the patient inside of like a metal tube. And look that up, it's interesting. Metal lungs. And their head was just taken out, and then I think it's a chamber that like it contracts and expands, so it automatically makes your thorax, or your not your thorax, your what's it called, div your that thing that expands and goes down, the oh my god, I can't remember that. I don't remember what it's called. And it's not only in humans, it's in machines, and it's called the same thing. The diaphragm. The diaphragm, I'm guessing this is how it works, right? It puts pressure in, so it takes your air out, and then it expands, so it expands the lungs as well, and that's how it helps you breathe. I think that's how it works. And these people, there's only 2 people alive that are using it because they never recovered, and that's the only way that they can live with this iron lungs. So it's awesome. It's awesome that those things were developed, and that polio is now gone. Um, but I mean, it's a sad story. Imagine having to be in one of these iron lungs for the rest of your life. I think that person needed to be there, like, I don't know how many hours out of his day to be alive. Like, I mean, that sucks, and that's horrible. Like, awesome for the doctors that actually developed that and were able to give this man a really long life. But I mean, sucky disease, right? And then people don't want to vaccinate their children. It's like, why? I mean, maybe they need a history lesson. I don't know. All right, so the name of the vaccine is IPOL. Abbreviation is IPV. Manufacturer Sanofi. Route intramuscular or subcutaneous. Doses in routine series 4. Approved ages over 6 weeks of age. Comments inactivated. And I remember that I forgot to I think there was a route that I didn't understand. I guess not. Nope. Okay, no. No, I didn't forget it. Or maybe it was a different one. I don't know. We'll see. So, moving on. 17 is rabies, rabia. Rabies is a deadly virus spread to people from the saliva of infected animals. The rabies virus is usually transmitted through a bite. Animals most likely to transmit rabies in the United States include bats, coyotes, foxes, raccoons, and skunks. In developing countries of Africa and Southeast Asia, stray dogs are most likely to spread rabies to people. Once a person begins showing signs and symptoms of rabies, the disease nearly always causes death. For this reason, anyone who may have a risk of contracting rabies should receive rabies vaccinations for protection. All right, when I was a child, I remember my mother used to worry a lot about rabies, but she also worried a lot when I was a little kid. She worried. One time I remember I was like 6 or 7 years old, and then she told me, if you're ever at school and somebody offers you mushrooms, don't take them. Say no and tell your teacher. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that, Mom. I'm not gonna take mushrooms. So for a long time, I was very cautious not to take mushrooms. But a funny story, the first time mushrooms were offered to me, I was like, I didn't even remember my mother at that time. the things we do in our teenage years, right? But anyways, it just reminds me, my mother was a very worrisome lady. I love my mother though. And before we get into the name of the rabies vaccine, I gotta tell you something. Yesterday, I had a session where a little kid. I don't know if I told you this yesterday. I'm not sure. All right, but I'm gonna tell it to you anyways. If I tell it again, it's a good story. All right, so it was a little kid that was bit by a rat. Can you believe that? A little kid that was bitten by the rat in the belly. So the lady said that she was hearing like screaming or some weird sounds were coming out from under her fridge, and she was very scared. So her son decided to be brave, and he took a stick and he stuck it down there, and a rat came flying out and it jumped on top of him, and he wasn't wearing a shirt. I don't know, I didn't see the kid, I don't know how old he was, and it bit him in the belly. So the lady just took him to the hospital, and then everybody was going crazy with the story. I mean, can you imagine? Like, he got beat, and to quote the nurse, she was like, "This guy got bit by a freaking rat." So, like, I mean. She was amazed. Like, imagine how amazing is that somebody gets bit by a rat, that a person in an emergency room is like excited, or not excited but surprised about that, right? How often does that happen? And especially a little kid. So one of the things they were worried about was rabies. That's why I remember the story. If not, I probably would have never told it to you. So yeah, that was a crazy story about rabies. All right. So the name of this vaccine, there's two of them. One of them is Vaxx Rabies. There's no abbreviation for this. Manufacturer is Sanofi. Route intramuscular. Doses in the series 3 for pre-exposure and 5 post-exposure. So if you've never been exposed to rabies, you're gonna get 3 vaccines to be covered. And once you're bitten, you need 5. All ages is approved. Comments are it's an inactivated vaccine, so dead virus or dead bacteria, whatever. Was it a virus or a it doesn't say. So this is a disease. So whatever it is, it's dead. It's a vaccine. So another vaccine name is Rabies. Manufacturer GlaxoSmithKline. Route intramuscular. Doses in routine series 3 for pre-exposure, 5 for post-exposure, the same. Approved ages, all ages. Comments, inactivated vaccine as well. Moving on to number 18, and I'm going all the way to 20 today because you'll see right now there are some things that we've already touched upon, so I only need a brief definition for those. Here it is. This is number 18, rotavirus and rotavirus in Spanish. So a rotavirus is a virus that causes gastroenteritis. Symptoms include severe diarrhea, vomiting, fever, and dehydration. Almost all children in the U.S. are likely to be infected with rotavirus before their 5th birthday. Infections happen most often in the winter and spring. It is very easy for children with the virus to spread it to other children and sometimes to adults. Once a child gets the virus, it takes about 2 days to become sick. Vomiting and diarrhea may last from 3 to 8 days. There is no medicine to treat it. To prevent dehydration, have your child drink plenty of liquids. Your healthcare provider may recommend oral rehydration drinks. Some children need to go to the hospital for IV fluids. 2 vaccines against rotavirus infections are available. And yeah, those are the 2 that are here. So, not very familiar with rotavirus, but it sounds something that I wouldn't like to have. And I'm trying to think because I think I've been infected with a rotavirus, I'm pretty sure. Uh, or I don't know. I'm thinking about those weird uh, viruses that go around and then they just get you sick, diarrhea, and all of the things that are there. And I'm not sure if I heard rotavirus from a doctor that I went to or from uh, from a session that I've interpreted, but I'm not sure. Maybe there's another virus that they call it, the stomach bug or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was rotavirus. Pretty sure this is common, or maybe there's another one. I don't know. I'm getting confused now. So the name of the vaccine is Rotatech, abbreviation RV5, manufacturer Merck, route oral, it's a liquid, doses in routine series 3, approved ages 6 to 32 weeks, comments live pentavalent. Remember what pentavalent means? I don't, so let's see what it means. Pentavalent. Pentavalent. And that's what I needed to look up. That is what I did not remember. Having a balance of 5. Okay. I'm gonna give you that definition tomorrow because I don't know what that means. Having a balance of 5. So tomorrow, and monovalent. So it is pentavalent means it has 5 valents, and monovalent means it has only 1 valent. What does valent mean? I don't know, but we will know for sure tomorrow. What is a valent? Let me just write it down so I don't forget. All right, so you'll get your answer tomorrow, and let's continue with the rotavirus. All right, so that was a pentavalent. The next one is Rotarix, RV1 for the abbreviation, manufacturer GlaxoSmithKline, route oral, it's liquid, doses in routine series 2, approved ages 6 to 24 weeks. This is a live monovalent, valent or valent, I don't know how to say that, vaccine. All right, and for number 19, this is tetanus reduced diphtheria, and in Spanish is tetanus diphtheria reducido. And the vaccine can be given to people who are at least 7 years old. Adults who were immunized against tetanus and diphtheria when they were younger should get a booster dose of the TD vaccine every 10 years. This booster dose strengthens or boosts the immune system to give a better protection against these diseases. Adults who have never been immunized or do not have a record of prior immunization should also get the vaccine. The vaccine may also be given to people with serious cuts or deep wounds if their tetanus vaccine was given more than 5 years ago. If you have a serious cut or wound, including punctures, bites, burns, or scrapes, it is recommended that you see your healthcare provider immediately for treatment. This is especially important if the wound is dirty. It is important to keep a record of all immunizations received. Alright, so the TD vaccine, which this is it, is a vaccine for tetanus primarily, which is given every 10 years, and it will cover you good for that. I received my tetanus vaccine around 2014 or 15, so I should be good for another, 3-4 years, unless I get a deep cut, which that means I am gonna get vaccinated for tetanus again. And when I was a child, a little kid, I'm still a big, I was a little child, I'm a big child now. So that's correct. When I was a little child, I remember I used to be I was a kid. I was always just, I loved to climb stuff. I loved going where no one has ever been before. I love going where they told me I couldn't go. So I was that kind of a little kid. So I was always um, cutting myself because I was going to places where little kids should never go. And I'm talking about like tops of trees, roofs of houses, uh, um, walls, going into neighbors' yards, just uh, I don't know for what. I don't know what was the point, what was going on through my head, but I was that little kid. So my grandma, not the grandma that I worked, not the grandma that this house that I'm in. No, another grandma, my other grandma, from my father's side. She always used to be worried that I could get tetanus because I was always scraped and cut from just climbing stuff and hopping off of stuff and going into like small enclosed spaces that I'm not supposed to go into. So yeah, so tetanus is a word that I learned when I was like probably like 5 or 6, thanks to my grandma. So the name of that vaccine is Tanivac, abbreviation TD, manufacturer Sanofi, route intramuscular, doses in routine series 1 every 10 years, approved ages over 7 years of age, commons inactivated adjuvant. Another vaccine is just the generic, abbreviation TD, manufacturer Massachusetts Biological Labs. Route is intramuscular. The doses in the routine series is 1 every 10 years. Approved ages over 7 years. Commons is an inactivated adjuvant. And for the last vaccine I'm going to talk about today, number 20 is tetanus, reduced diphtheria, reduced pertussis. So I was lazy, don't blame me. So tetanus, reduced diphtheria, we know is tetanus, diphtheria reducido. So here it is, we've already done that. We just have the pertussis part, right? Pertussis reduced, reducido. So pertussis reducido. All right, so putting it all together is tétanos, difteria reducido, y pertussis reducido. So that's the Tdap. And the Tdap stands for tetanus, diphtheria, and acellular pertussis, AAP. The Tdap vaccine became available in 2005 for older children and adults. Before 2005, there was no pertussis vaccines for anybody over the age of 6. Tdap is different than the DTaP. This is why I use that definition. I search hard for this one for you guys, for me as well, but mostly for you. Tdap is different than the DTaP vaccine. Diphtheria, tetanus, and whooping cough, which is given to infants and children in 5 doses starting at 2 months of age. Tdap is only for those above age of 7. So I think that the other vaccine was probably too weak for people over the age of 7, and the vaccine is too strong for people below the age of 7. So thankfully now, ever since 2005, we have a vaccine for people over the age of 7. So the name of this vaccine is Boostrix, abbreviation Tdap, manufacturer GlaxoSmithKline, route intramuscular, doses in routine series 1, approved ages over 10 years, commons inactivated adjuvant. And the second vaccine and last vaccine is Adacel, abbreviation Tdap, manufacturer Sanofi, route intramuscular, doses in routine series 1, approved ages 10 to 64 years, commons inactivated adjuvant. All right, so we just got through another vaccine video, and I think we have 9 vaccines to go. That's why I told you 2 more videos. Yeah, 2 more videos. I'm gonna do it in 2 more videos because like three or 4 vaccines are just regular vaccines like this one, but the rest, I think 5 or 4 are combination vaccines. So we've already covered the diseases and everything, so I'm just going to like give you like a brief description of the vaccine and then just the name of it. So two more, two more videos, two more vaccine videos to go, and that is going to be it. So we can move on to another subject. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'll have to plan that. So that's gonna be it for me today. Please leave your questions in the comments and I will answer some of them on the next session. Remember, if anything is time sensitive, let me know and I'll get to it before the rest of the queue. Remember that I'll be here every Monday to Friday after work, rain, sleet, hail, snow. Doesn't matter, you can expect your unwind session to get your fix, right? Raising the bar on interpreting. This is the thankful part. So I want to thank all of our Patreons. I want to thank everyone that has bought us a coffee, all of our subscribers, all of our viewers, and you that is watching the end of this video. A lot of love. Thank you so much for all of the support. I wouldn't be here without any of you. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the video and have not done so for more content. And don't forget to share. Remember to like Happy Lab NFT on Facebook and on Twitter, and to share to all your friends. Have an awesome rest of your day. Happy interpreting. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Unwind Sessions. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. And if you learned something new today, it'd be great if you left us a review. You can also visit us on patreon.com/interpretyourworld or visit our website, interpretyourworld.com. Unwind Sessions.
If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, share this video with other beginner interpreters or anyone who can benefit from this information. Box. Thanks for watching!